the gauges that had the Phoenix
Okay.
background behind it. Okay, so we begin to think, well, all right, this whole Phoenix thing is, I mean, it's kind of a new beginning, you know, here, and it's a rise, you know, rising from the ashes. So here we've got this old 29 Ford that you're turning into a totally new thing, modern and everything else. So it kind of fit with Phoenix. The gauges, you know, had the Phoenix kind of in the middle of it. And then Chris started searching through and looking at Phoenix graphics that might be able to be put, you know, on the side panels with kind of the flames kind of coming up, you know, straight up, because the color that we started looking at, and we went through all of these, and it's really kind of strange because this thing here,
Put this light on it. Are these lights still good, or they all burn out?
No, they weren't.
Are they good?
but the rattlesnake cover,
Yeah, look at that.
color. And on the one hand, you look at it, and it's very conservative, and it's kind of brown, and it's kind of, well, gee, I mean, it's not like all the rest of these cars when you look at, you know, bright reds and orange and topaz and everything else. But this thing changes color depending on the light. Whether it be, you know, at one angle it's green, one angle it's a deep red, and in all cases, I think, even when it's kind of just a, you know, plain brown. So that's kind of the color that we honed in on. So thinking, here's this real conservative, you know, 29 Ford that's modernized, and then all of a sudden you start looking at the theme pieces associated with Phoenix and the graphics and the gauges, steering wheel and stuff, and it's all of a sudden it's like, wow, this thing isn't conservative at all, you know. So yeah, these were the gauges.
This is a Phoenix here, is it not?
See, that looks more like a Phoenix to me than it does.
Then this was, I'm not even sure where to do it. The resolution is not good because I took the very small graphic that we saw, and then we just blew it up to a 4x6 so it would see a little bit better. But you know, here's the Phoenix. It's kind of simple, but also it's very similar to a lot of that. So the thought would be to, if with this dark color, to be able to have a graphic on the side, on each side door, that was kind of subtle, the way the ones we saw, you know, on Marty's car, or not, was it Marty's car that we saw that? Or, and maybe on a rear deck lid or something, if you could do that, then this becomes a little more pronounced. So then we found this kind of a steering wheel, which was kind of a half fire. It's called Cimarron, Colorado Custom, had it, which again might, or something similar, you know, again along the lines with, for example, even something like that might work. And these wheels too, I think would be in that same style, or.
Did you look at Coy's wheels at all?
We
did.
did. Now you could though, Bob, even something like this, because you're not perceiving the movement, is put something like that on the back deck lid though, right? That was
Yeah.
more static, right?
But that you could, but see, even this, that's almost like coming in for a landing.
Yeah,
I was
We're like taking off into warp speed. We're like
Right.
going,
right.
with the colors. I'll go back tomorrow.
no, that's a good, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
good point.
see the down there. That's exactly why we needed the conversation, because you guys know what really makes sense.
And there's some colors like on here. If you just say, look at this color and walk around it, it will turn.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I can get some of these paints that'll go from gold to purple to blue. I mean, but
Yeah, part of the question is whether they work with that rattlesnake color. Yeah. Uh-oh.
this is it.
There's a
This is
video
it.
ad.
We've had a big discussion about what conservative and what not conservative is. I say he's not very conservative.
Got the gauges, right,
Yes.
so we got the
Yeah.
proper deal on that and stuff.
So one of five.
That looks good. So what do you need? You need 50%?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you,
That's it.
we're good, I guess.
Sure, you can have all these.
We gotta, if the weather.